Hello and welcome to Bread of Life, a daily devotional program which each week features a different area pastor. Our speaker for this week is Pastor Thomas Dibble of Waterbury.
Matthew 5:45 tells us that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. We'll come back to that little verse in just a moment. I heard a story a number of years ago about a mule who fell into an old well. The farmer to whom the mule belonged made the decision that since the old well didn't work anymore, and it would cost more to get the mule out of the well than the mule was worth, that he would simply dig a new well and throw the dirt in the old well and bury the mule. And so that's what he did. Well, that mule started to feel the dirt being thrown on top of him, and he realized what was happening. He's going to bury me in this old well, the mule thought. The mule had two choices. He could simply let it happen and be buried under his circumstances, or when he felt dirt come down on top of him, he could simply shake it off and step up. And so that's what the old mule decided to do, shake it off and step up. The mule kept on doing that every time he felt dirt being shoveled on top of him. He would simply shake it off and step up. Finally, that old mule stepped right out of that well and went on his way. I got to thinking about that story the other day, and I determined that it is the same way in life. Things happen to us, don't they? Dirt gets thrown on us. The cares of life seek to overwhelm us. But the choice is ours, what we do when difficult days come. We can just sit there and take it until we are buried under the weight of difficult days, or we can choose to shake it off and step up and refuse to be buried by the cares of this life. The verse we begin with teaches us that the sun shines on the good and it shines on the evil. And the rain falls on the just and the rain falls on the unjust. That lets me know that life happens to everyone. In fact, the Bible tells us that man's days are few upon the earth, and they are full of trouble. Sometimes Christians think that by being a Christian, nothing bad will ever happen to us. That's not true. If we go out in the rain, we are going to get wet. But we do have a choice of what we will do during the difficult days of life. I say we should choose to shake it off and step up. And if we keep doing that, then pretty soon we can step right out of that thing that tried to bury us and tried to destroy us. So my advice to you today, when we feel the cares of life coming down upon us and we feel the dirt the enemy is throwing upon us, is to simply shake it off and step up. Have a great day.
You've been listening to Pastor Thomas Dibble of Waterbury, and this has been Bread of Life, a program to encourage you from God's Word.